And we do have some breaking news coming into the newsroom right now. The entertainment industry mourning the life of the iconic record producer and music giant Clive Davis. We have just confirmed that he's passed away. The music visionary behind so many popular sounds across the last 6 decades, discovering and championing some of the biggest names in the industry, including Whitney Houston, Alicia Keys, Barry Manilow, Jennifer Hudson.
All right. The moment Clive Davis passed away, the music industry paused to reflect on the legacy of one of its most influential executives. While television networks celebrated his remarkable career and lasting impact, a very different conversation began unfolding online. Old interviews resurfaced, forgotten clips started trending, and familiar names like Alicia Keys, Whitney Houston, and Katt Williams suddenly found themselves linked in renewed discussions across social media. For decades, Clive Davis was widely recognized as the visionary behind some of the biggest success stories in music. However, following his passing, many viewers revisited long-running conversations about influence, mentorship, industry power, and the less visible side of the entertainment business. Katt Williams' frequently discussed remarks about Hollywood and the music industry began circulating once again, prompting fresh debates and countless online theories. But how much of what people were sharing was supported by documented facts, and how much had grown through years of speculation and internet storytelling? Tonight, we're taking a closer look at the timeline, reviewing the public record, and carefully separating verified information from the rumors that continue to fuel one of the music industry's most talked about conversations.
Everything that happens in a business that's based off of pretend, that seems like a setup, is.
In business, nothing is coincidental, or you would be hearing who's losing money. In all of these situations, it's only the artist that's losing. Somebody makes big money. When these rappers get killed, not incidental. Somebody made $100 million and now don't have to talk to that artist or none of their crew, don't have to validate none of their contracts. Now only got to deal with the mama, only got to see her once a year, and it's over. And the money goes up and up and up.
The conversation didn't begin with accusations. It began with questions. In the hours following Clive Davis's passing, heartfelt tributes poured in from across the music industry as artists, executives, and fans reflected on his extraordinary legacy. At the same time, social media took a different direction, resurfacing old interviews, forgotten television appearances, and years of public commentary. What started as a celebration of one of music's most influential executives soon evolved into a broader discussion about power, mentorship, and the forces that shape the careers of some of the industry's biggest stars. Many online users pointed to Alicia Keys' rise not because of any verified misconduct, but because Clive Davis played a well-documented role in helping launch her mainstream success. Others revisited Katt Williams' widely circulated remarks about the entertainment business, suggesting that success often involves complex, behind-the-scenes decisions. While those comments continue to spark debate online, they remain personal opinions and should not be treated as evidence of wrongdoing or proof of allegations against any individual.
Well, I mean, from being a little girl growing up watching this beautiful, incredible woman, who was a girl at the time, too. I'm talking about Whitney, yeah.
Revelation.
So she lit up your life.
She lit up my life.
For many fans, Alicia Keys represented something different. A classically trained pianist with a powerful voice and undeniable talent, she built a reputation that often spoke louder than the headlines surrounding the industry. Her admiration for Whitney Houston became a meaningful part of her public image, linking 2 generations of influential female artists. As the conversation continued, another side of Clive Davis's legacy came back into focus. Supporters praised him as a visionary executive whose remarkable ability to recognize talent and take creative risks helped shape the careers of countless music icons.
All right, you talk about his ear for music, but he also took risks. I mean, you think back to the early 60s when Columbia was very reluctant about moving into the rock era. And he said, no, Janis Joplin, she's incredible. This is someone you should take a risk on. And then blood, sweat, and tears. It started early on, even at a young age, not knowing a lot about music. But you said he had the ear, but he also was not afraid to take risks and to push, the big wigs into taking those risks.
That contrast lies at the heart of today's story. Was Clive Davis simply one of the greatest music executives of all time, or has the internet blurred the line between documented history and online speculation? Before reaching any conclusions, it's important to examine the timeline, separate verified facts from public opinion, and recognize what remains unanswered. Long before viral theories and social media debates, Alicia Keys' career was widely celebrated as one of the music industry's standout success stories. A gifted pianist and songwriter from New York, she earned recognition for writing her own material and bringing a fresh, soulful sound to mainstream R&B. When Clive Davis helped guide her transition to J Records, many industry observers viewed it as one of the most significant artist development decisions of the early 2000s. Years later, however, online conversations surrounding that professional partnership became far more complicated. Not because new evidence had emerged, but because social media users began connecting separate events, interviews, and public comments into a broader narrative. Following Clive Davis's passing, older interviews, podcasts, and television appearances resurfaced across multiple platforms. Some commentators argued that influential executives often play a major role in shaping an artist's public image and career direction. While those discussions continue to generate debate, they remain expressions of opinion rather than verified evidence or proof of wrongdoing.
I do have a lot of friends. I love everybody. This is what it is.
Okay.
We still friends.
All right, we gonna...
Throughout her career, Alicia Keys has rarely responded publicly to speculation surrounding the music industry. Instead, she has consistently maintained a calm, professional, and composed public image, choosing to let her work speak for itself. Supporters have viewed that approach as a sign of maturity and professionalism, while others have interpreted her silence in different ways. However, neither perspective alone provides evidence of what happened behind the scenes. At the same time, comments from comedians, former artists, and industry critics, including Katt Williams, continued circulating online. Those broader discussions sparked debate about the influence powerful executives can have over young performers, but they did not offer direct evidence of misconduct involving Alicia Keys or her career.
Yeah,
Man.
I mean, because when you grow up in a certain environment, I get enough adrenaline rushes.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah,
I
the
had
way my
enough
anxiety
thrills.
set up, I'm cool.
Yeah,
Now you push it to you on the first.
As the timeline unfolded, one thing became increasingly clear: the public conversation had shifted. What began as a tribute to one of music's most influential executives gradually evolved into a broader discussion about mentorship, power, public image, and the pressures that come with fame. The real challenge is separating documented history from assumption and recognizing how quickly online narratives can grow when older interviews and events are viewed through the lens of current headlines. This is where the story takes a different turn. For decades, Clive Davis was widely regarded as one of the most influential figures in modern music. Supporters praised him as a visionary executive with an extraordinary ability to discover talent and help artists reach global audiences. Critics, however, argued more broadly that the music industry has long concentrated enormous influence in the hands of a relatively small group of executives. Following Davis's passing, those larger conversations resurfaced, prompting renewed debate about how much impact industry leaders can have on an artist's career, creative direction, and public image. As interviews, podcasts, and archival television clips spread across social media, one recurring theme emerged: mentorship versus control. Some online commentators suggested that young artists often rely heavily on powerful executives to gain opportunities and navigate the business. Others argued that lasting success ultimately comes from talent, discipline, persistence, and years of hard work. These competing viewpoints continue to fuel discussion, but they should not be mistaken for verified facts about any specific person or situation. During these conversations, Katt Williams' past remarks about the entertainment industry were widely reshared. Although his comments focused on broader industry power dynamics rather than making verified claims about Alicia Keys, many online users began linking separate stories into a single narrative. That tendency to connect unrelated events is common on social media, but it does not, by itself, establish what happened behind the scenes or confirm any allegations. At the same time, Another chapter of Clive Davis's career returned to public attention: the events surrounding Whitney Houston's passing in 2012. News reports and online discussions revisited the decision to proceed with Davis's annual pre-Grammy Gala after her death. That decision has remained a source of public debate for years. Some defended it, citing statements made at the time by those involved, while others questioned whether the entertainment industry sometimes moves too quickly from personal tragedy back to business.
You don't cancel. You turn an evening into a tribute.
You did a magnificent evening.
Into...
Did you give a thought to canceling?
Never.
You never thought?
Never.
Did you ever think...
And the family did not want me to give a thought to cancel.
That interview became part of a much larger conversation, not because it proved any wrongdoing, but because it showed how differently people can interpret the same event. For some viewers, it reflected professionalism and the difficult realities of working in the entertainment industry. For others, it became a symbol of how relentlessly the business can move forward, even during moments of profound loss. Following Clive Davis's passing, social media once again amplified the discussion. Tribute videos, archived interviews, television appearances, podcasts, and opinion clips spread rapidly across platforms, creating a wave of competing interpretations that often blended documented facts with personal speculation and online narratives.
I guess, first of all, starting to go through social media now that the word is out, so much reaction to his Megan.
Yeah, so here's the thing, Kira. Clive Davis is one of the few people in the music industry that, even though he wasn't an artist, you knew his name. With over 6 decades in the industry, he has done so many incredible things. He was born in Brooklyn.
That renewed attention also brought Alicia Keys back into the conversation, largely because Clive Davis played a well-documented role in helping launch her mainstream career. As older interviews and media coverage resurfaced, some online users revisited their long-standing professional relationship, searching for new meaning in moments that had been publicly discussed for years. Others strongly disagreed with that approach, arguing that Alicia's songwriting, musicianship, and live performances have always spoken for themselves and that her success should not be reduced to internet theories or speculation. What makes this story so compelling is not a single piece of evidence or one dramatic revelation. Instead, it is the intersection of legacy, public memory, and the incredible speed at which online narratives evolve. When a major public figure passes away, people often revisit old interviews, forgotten television appearances, and long-standing debates with a fresh perspective. Events that once seemed settled suddenly become topics of renewed discussion. Whether those conversations ultimately lead to a deeper understanding or simply create another wave of speculation remains uncertain. That uncertainty is one reason this story continues to attract so much attention and why separating documented facts from assumptions has become more important than ever. By this point, the discussion is no longer centered on just one executive or one artist. It has become a broader conversation about power, influence, opportunity, and the pressures that accompany extraordinary success. Alicia Keys spent decades building a public image unlike almost anyone else in mainstream music. She became known not only for her remarkable voice and songwriting, but also for her musicianship, professionalism, and calm presence. Throughout her career, she largely avoided the constant controversies that often surrounded celebrity culture, allowing her work to remain the focus. That reputation inspired millions of fans around the world. At the same time, it created expectations that very few artists could realistically maintain. Whenever old industry debates resurface, audiences often begin searching for hidden meaning behind every interview, every public appearance, every career decision, and even every period of silence. Some interpret an artist's silence as confidence and strength, while others see it as a desire for privacy or simply a refusal to engage in public speculation. Neither interpretation, however, provides evidence of what may or may not have happened behind the scenes. Whitney Houston's legacy adds another emotional layer to these discussions. Her extraordinary talent, record-breaking career, and deeply personal struggles continue to shape conversations about fame and the enormous pressures placed on performers. Even years after her passing, archival footage of Whitney still resonates with audiences, reminding fans of both her remarkable achievements and the challenges she faced throughout her life. Moments like these demonstrate why stories involving legendary artists continue to capture public attention. They are remembered not only for the music they created, but also for the emotional weight attached to their personal journeys. In recent weeks, those memories have resurfaced alongside renewed conversations about Clive Davis's legacy. Some commentators have argued that the entertainment industry places tremendous pressure on young performers as they navigate success, while others believe that reducing accomplished artists to online theories ignores the years of dedication, creativity, and hard work required to build lasting careers. Those competing viewpoints continue to shape the conversation, reflecting the different ways people interpret the same events. That emotional divide is what keeps this story alive. It is no longer simply about headlines or viral clips. Instead, it has become a discussion about how the public remembers influential figures, how reputations evolve over time, and how difficult it can be to distinguish documented history from assumptions. Long after awards have been handed out and the applause has faded, the questions often remain. Those unanswered questions can influence how both artists and executives are remembered for generations. Perhaps the greatest impact is not measured through headlines or legal filings, but through public perception. The moment Clive Davis passed away, his legacy expanded beyond the historical record and became the subject of millions of conversations across social media. Tribute videos highlighted his remarkable accomplishments and the careers he helped shape. At the same time, podcasts revisited long-running debates, archived interviews circulated online once again, and opinion videos encouraged viewers to reconsider events from years ago. Within hours, decades of celebrated achievements and decades of criticism were competing for the same public attention. For Alicia Keys, the situation unfolded differently. She was never the focus of the breaking news, yet her name quickly reappeared because of her widely known professional relationship with Clive Davis. For many fans, nothing about her legacy changed. They continued to view her as one of the most respected singer-songwriters of her generation, whose accomplishments were earned through exceptional talent, dedication, and years of artistic growth. Others, however, used the renewed discussion to ask broader questions about artist development and the role influential executives can play in shaping careers behind the scenes. During the same period, Katt Williams' older comments about the entertainment industry once again gained traction online. Supporters argued that his broader observations about power within the industry deserved renewed attention, while critics maintained that public opinion and viral speculation should never be confused with verified evidence. That disagreement became part of the conversation itself, illustrating how easily discussions can shift from documented events to personal interpretation. Perhaps that is the most significant takeaway. Not a confirmed scandal, not one defining headline, but a reminder that once a public figure's legacy is reopened, every interview, every photograph, every decision, and every period of silence can be viewed through an entirely different lens. In today's social media landscape, reputations are shaped not only by documented history, but also by the stories people choose to believe, question, or challenge. The biggest question was never whether a single interview, one rumor, or one viral clip could explain everything. The deeper question is why stories like these continue to resurface whenever the music industry reaches another defining moment. Is it because audiences are asking more thoughtful questions about influence and power behind the spotlight? Or is it because social media naturally connects separate events into larger narratives, even when definitive answers remain unavailable? Somewhere between documented history, public opinion, and online speculation, the full picture can become increasingly difficult to see. That is why carefully separating verified facts from interpretation remains essential. As new conversations continue to unfold, the discussion surrounding Clive Davis, Alicia Keys, Whitney Houston, and the entertainment industry is likely to remain part of a much broader debate about legacy, influence, and how history is remembered. So, what do you think? Do these renewed discussions offer a fresh perspective on the music industry, or do they simply show how quickly online narratives can grow after a major public figure passes away? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this deep dive, be sure to subscribe for more timeline breakdowns, historical context, and thoughtful discussions about the stories shaping the entertainment world.